Hello everyone, welcome to this lecture. My name is Dr. Sheikh Fazil from the Department of Chemistry, Pune College of Arts, Science and Commerce, Pune. Today we will discuss very important topic from the paper spectroscopy. This year you have new syllabus. Okay, so here this is the new syllabus uh, which is started from this year from the University of Pune, and it is going to implement from this year. So we have MSc 2 syllabus, MSc Part 2 chemistry syllabus. Okay. So now this is a new syllabus you have. So let us go for the what is the structure of the syllabus. See? So there are two semesters, semester 3 and semester 4. Semester 3 have five papers total. Out of 5 papers, there are 4 theory papers, and the fifth one is the practical paper. Every paper carry the 4 credit. And similarly, in semester 4th, we have the same 5 papers, 4 theory paper, and fifth one is practical paper. And every paper carry the same credit of 4. And fourth theory paper having the is the optional paper. So you can choose out of 2 any one paper. So let us go for the third semester paper course is there are 5 papers, and the paper you see this there are serial number 1 to 5, and paper number and course code are given. So now new course code are in the use will be in the use CCTP 7, CCTP 8, CCTP means core compulsory theory paper, CCTP, and CBOP, and then CCPP for practical. So we are going to start CCTP 8, and that is called as is structure determination of organic compounds by spectroscopic method, second paper. So now this is what the title of the code of the paper, and the title of the paper is this one. And there are 2 sections in this paper. Section 1 is tells about the NMR spectroscopy, and section 2 is about the mass spectrometry. So you can visit the YouTube channel called Chemistry to Notes, and you can watch the videos there also. Right. So let us go for section 1, NMR spectroscopy. So what is there? We have basic idea of spectroscopy. We know about what we learn in the NMR spectroscopy basic concept, which for example types of protons, signals, okay, and many more. So now here we will have another way of classifying the types of protons. So there are 2 types of proton here. One is called as homotopic proton, and another is called as heterotopic proton. What is homotopic proton? So if in a molecule protons which are labeled as a small a, small b, if they possess C2 symmetry, we have to check it. So such protons will be called as a homotopic protons. What about heterotopic protons? If a proton which do not possess C2 symmetry, so we will check plane of symmetry, and if they possess plane of symmetry, so the such protons will be called as heterotopic. But heterotopic protons are further divided into 2 categories called as anisotropic, and another one is diastereotopic protons. Anisotropic protons, how we can judge it? When you pass a plane, so the protons which plane which bifurcate them, and each proton will be mirror image of another in the plane. So they such protons are called as anisotropic protons. And the basic point for the detection of diastereotopic proton is what? Plane of symmetry which bisects such protons. we call as a diastereotopic protons. So we will see the definition and examples. So this diastereotopic protons, after performing the exchange experiment of exchange replacement, this they produce enantiomers, and this while the other counter will produce the diastereomers. So let us see the example here. Two cases we have taken, propane and the dichloromethane. You see the red colored hydrogens are homotopic protons. Why? Because this possesses the C2 symmetry. We will see in example. And this is the another proton of another two molecule propane, in which we have two hydrogen atoms. So they also possess the same. Therefore, they are identical, and therefore they are called as a homotopic protons. So these two methyl also they are called as a homotopic protons. But methyl protons and hydrogens, they are not homotopic to each other. So what about cyclohexane now? So cyclohexane, see, simple molecules, all molecules which are very simple can be labeled as their protons as homotopic protons. So without any hesitation, you can say the protons of cyclohexane is homotopic. Okay, right. So now let us go for enantiotropic protons. So we have definition of this enantiotropic protons, and points you have to remember. There are few points in this. So they produce exchange. They produce enantiomers. Okay, they produce identical structures, and they have the same chemistry. See, this is the example before you. Water molecule we have taken, and we tried to pass rotate this molecule through C2 axis, and we got the same structure. So this is called as we can say that the two hydrogens of water, they are homotopic. You see the another example of methyl alcohol, and if you pass a axis through oxygen, and if you rotate by 180 angle, so CH3 will take the position of hydrogen, and hydrogen will go to the at the place of CH3, and two structures will not be identical. Therefore we can say CH3 and H are not identical, they are not homotopic. Okay, right. So let us go for this example. Here there are two examples we have taken. The down example is propane, and we have labeled two hydrogens Ha and Hb to the middle carbon, and our aim is to determine whether these two protons are homotopic or any heterotopic. So see, if you perform the C2 operations, so we will find that this C2 is possible here. Therefore we can say the two protons which we have marked here, Ha and Hb, will be homotopic. While in the upper case, if you just change one methyl group from propane by a phenyl ring and label the same hydrogens, and if you pass the C2 plane, so C2 axis will not give the same structure, identical structure. Therefore C2 operation is not possible. So let us go for plane of symmetry. So plane of symmetry, if you pass, so it bisects the two hydrogen atoms. Therefore we can say the two hydrogen atoms are uh, enantiotropic hydrogens. So let us go for examples of compounds here we will discuss. So let us see here. See, so if you see the some example, for example, let us see if I am taking this one. Okay, fine. The structure will write like this. And our aim is to find out whether these protons A and B are homotopic or heterotopic. So what to do? We have to pass the C2 axis first. So see, if we try to pass C2 axis through this, and if you rotate the molecule through this axis, what will happen? This, if you rotate this, if I am passing like this, if I pass C2 like this, yes, and if I rotate this molecule, so actually this cyclopropane ring is like this, and Cl is like this, and two hydrogens are like this. So if you pass this C2 axis, so what will happen? This part goes to that side, and that part comes to this side. and this is what the results we generally get in so what we can say is these two are same, they are not same, they are not identical, so we can say C2 is not possible here. C2 is not possible here. So what to do now? Let us go for plane of symmetry triad. So draw the same structure. If I am drawing same structure, and here see, our aim is to get idea about HA, HB, and HC proton whether. So they are not homotopic. It is clear these protons are not homotopic. Okay, right. In fact, when there is no C2 axis in the molecule, none of them proton will be homotopic. They are heterotopic. But there are two types of heterotopic, anisotropic and diisotropic. So let us try. See now, see if I pass a plane through this one, so this plane will not cut the molecule in equal part, plane of symmetry. So this is not possible. What is another chance? Another chance, if I pass a plane through this by cutting these two uh, hydrogens, or I can pass a plane by cutting this chlorine and this H. If I am passing this plane like this, if I am passing the plane like this, so this plane neither cut bisecting these two hydrogens, neither the images of this one.